My cousin-in-law stole credit for a cake I spent 3 days making, so I let her handle the next one, and then she literally humiliated herself in front of entire family. So, for the last 3 years, I have been the unpaid, unofficial personal baker for my husband's entire extended family. Every birthday, every graduation, every baby shower, my kitchen looks like a flower bomb went off. I am up at 2 in the morning, stacking cake tiers covered in powdered sugar and piping frosting until my hands literally cramp, and I always did it because it was for family, right? The person who absolutely ruined it for me was my cousin-in-law, Morgan. Morgan married into the family 3 years ago, and right from the start, she didn't offer help. She offered reviews. She would grab a slice of a cake that took me 12 hours to make, take one bite, and say, "Oh, are we doing American buttercream again? It is not good enough." She never baked, but she always brought the audacity. The final straw was her daughter's first birthday. I spent 3 full days making an elaborate woodland fairy-themed masterpiece, hand-painted fondant mushrooms, the works. The next morning, Morgan posts a highly edited photo of my cake on her social media. The caption, "So exhausted, but I pulled it off. Stayed up all night baking because nothing but the best for my birthday girl." She actually claimed she made it. I didn't comment. I just quietly washed my spatulas and closed up shop. Fast forward to end of February. We are planning my in-laws' huge 50th wedding anniversary party for 20 guests. When the family group chat asks about the cake, I type, "I am actually retiring from baking for a while. Someone else will have to handle it." Morgan immediately chimes in, "Oh my gosh, no worries. I will just order one from that bespoke French bakery downtown. Professional cakes look so much better in photos anyway." I just replied, "Sounds perfect, Morgan," because here's what Morgan did not know. A custom 3-tier fondant cake for 20 people from that specific bakery costs $1,100, and they require a 15 days minimum notice. By April, Morgan is panicking in the group chat, asking if grocery store sheet cake is too tacky for a golden anniversary. I just sat back and sipped my coffee. Then, 2 days before the party, my doorbell rings. It is not a phone call. It is an ambush. I open the door, and Morgan is standing on my porch, clutching 3 plastic grocery bags. She pushes past me, walks straight into my kitchen, and starts slamming boxes of cheap, generic cake mix and tubs of plastic frosting onto my counter. "Hey," she says, totally breathless. "So, crisis averted. Grandma really wants a homemade cake, and since you have all the professional pans, I figured we could just whip this up together. You bake it and I will supervise." I stared at the boxes of mix. Then I looked at her. "Excuse me? What happened to the French bakery?" Morgan scoffed, rolling her eyes like I was the unreasonable one. "They were being completely ridiculous about the price. Look, you need to step up for the family. It is your duty, honestly. You can't just leave us hanging." I felt the heat rise in my chest. My duty? I walked over, grabbed my phone from the counter, and pulled up the screenshot I had saved for 6 months. I shoved the screen right in her face. It was her Instagram post. "Since you stayed up all night baking that fairy cake, Morgan, you clearly do not need my pans. You are a master pastry chef. You can take your clearance aisle frosting, and you can get out of my kitchen." Her face went completely pale. That was just for social media. You know how it is. Come on, don't be like this." I said, "Get out." I pointed to the door. "You told the whole family you were handling it, so handle it." She scrambled to scoop her cheap boxes back into the plastic bags, practically running out the front door. At the anniversary party, Morgan ended up serving thawed, frozen pound cake from a local diner. People literally took one bite and left it on their plates, and my kitchen, spotless.